Okay. So you guys need to open your books to page 685. That was our math homework from Tuesday, so let's just go over it really quickly. Who can tell me what answer they got for number 1? How many equal parts are there? What answer did we get for number 1? Raise your hand. How many equal parts are there? Jaleel, what'd you get?
4.
Very good. Yep, there are 4 equal parts there. What about number 2? What about number 2? How many equal parts are there on number 2?
Say, Mr. Browski.
Page 685.
685?
Yep, 685. That was your homework page from last week. Mabuba, what did you get for number 2?
4.
4, yep, very good. What about number 3? What did we get for number 3? How many equal parts are there, number 3? Amika.
2.
Yep, very good. What about number 4, that yellow circle? That yellow circle. How many parts are cut in that yellow circle? Hendrix.
2.
Fabulous. All right, flip your page. Flip your page. For number 5 on the back, and for number 6, that's how you should have drawn them. For number 6, you also could have drawn it up and down instead of side to side. That would also give you 2 equal parts. But number 4 should look pretty similar, or number 5 should look pretty similar to that. So look at number 7. Which of those shapes shows 2 equal parts? The yellow, the purple, or the green? Which one shows 2 equal parts? Which one did you circle? Akil, which one did you circle?
I circled the yellow one.
Very good. Did everybody circle that yellow one? Give me a thumbs up if you agree with that. Yeah, very good. The yellow one is the one that has 2 equal parts. Good. Now let's look at number 8. I'll read it out loud. It says, Liz and Kodo cut 1 sheet of paper 1 time. Each of them get 1 equal share of the whole. How many equal parts do they have? What's our answer there? What did we get for number 8? They cut a piece of paper in half 1 time and they have 2 pieces. How many equal parts is that? Ziad.
2 pieces.
Very good. Yeah, they have 2 equal parts. Good. So now you guys can flip your page. So you're on page 688. Page 688. Looks like this. 688. Jaleel, flip your page 1, babe. We're on the top of that page. I'm going to read what's in that blue rectangle for us where it says see and show. It says a whole that is separated into 2 equal parts is separated into halves. So if you take something and you cut it right down the middle, now you have 1/2 of each. Each part is a half of that whole. So 2 equal parts means that it is a half. Yes, Ziad.
The bathroom.
Can you wait till we're done? It'll be quick.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to miss stuff, and I'm not going to go back.
Hurry up.
Go quick. You got to go before our lesson, Ziad. Okay, so a whole that is separated into 2 parts, they're each a half. So if you see that yellow circle at the top of the page, that yellow circle and that red rectangle, they're each cut in half. There's 2 equal parts, and they are halves right down the middle. So let's talk about that. Let's look at number 1. Number 1 on that page. How many equal parts are in that one? How many equal parts are in that blue square? It's cut in half. How many equal parts are there? Does everybody see where we're at? Number 1 on page 688. Looks like this. Who can raise their hand and tell me how many equal parts are there in this shape? Anybody? Jaleel, what do you got?
2.
2. Very good. There are 2 equal parts, which means it is cut in half. It is cut in half. What about number 2, that purple circle? That purple circle, how many equal parts are there on that purple circle? Akil, what do you think? You got to hit your mute button, Akil. How many equal parts are there, Akil? Two. Very good. Same thing. It's cut right in half. So for number 1 and number 2, you can write 2. There are 2 equal parts. Now for 3 and 4, we have to draw a line to show 2 equal parts and write how many halves there are. So we are going to draw a line for number 3. Now for number 3, when you're doing halves, there's usually more than one way to do them. So for number 3 with that rectangle, I'm going to draw mine straight down the middle, like that, so I have 2 halves. But you also could have drawn it straight across. It also could have been drawn like this. As long as you have 2 parts and they're the same size, you have 2 halves. So you can copy that down. And now let's look at number 4. Same thing. When number 4 is a circle, you can draw a line up and down, or you can draw a line side to side. I drew mine side to side, like that. So that's what you should have for 4, or for 3 and for 4. So you guys can go ahead and do the on my own by yourself. Do the on my own by yourself. For number 5 and number 6, you're writing how many equal parts there are. And for 7, 8, 9, and 10, be careful because you're not cutting them in half. You're not drawing a line to cut in half. You have to draw the missing half of the shape. So for example, you have half a circle. You have to draw the bottom half of the circle like that. So you're drawing the missing half of that shape. So go ahead, take like 2 minutes to do that. Yes, Boris.
What page today?
We are on page 689. 689. Yes, my booba.
What? I don't know how to do this.
Just do your best. For number 7, you're just drawing the another square, basically. You're drawing the other half of that shape. And then we'll do number 11 and 12 together. So just do through number 10. Take about 10 more seconds to finish up.
Mr. Browski,
Yes, Ziad?
what does 10 mean?
Number 10, number 7, 8, 9, and 10, you're drawing the missing half of that shape. You're drawing the other half of it. Yes, Akil.
Can we do 11 and 12?
Akil, if you know how to do it, then yes. All right, so let's talk about our answers. What did we get for number 5? Number 5, how many equal parts are there? Number 5. Mabuba, what'd you get?
2.
Yep, very good. What about number 6? What about number 6? How many equal parts are there on number 6? Amika, hit your mute button.
2.
Very good. Does everyone give me a thumbs up? For 5 and 6, did you get 2 for both? Did you get 2 for both 5 and 6? Fabulous. Okay, so 7, 8, 9, and 10 were kind of tricky. You weren't cutting that shape in half. You had to draw the missing half of that shape. So, because shapes, when you cut them in half, each piece looks the same, all you had to do was draw another shape like that. So for 7, 8, 9, and 10, you should have gotten something that looks similar to this. You should have gotten things that look similar to this. Does that make sense? You see how for this one, I had that shape and I added the same size shape onto it. Whoops. What's happening? Hang on. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody see me? I lost you guys for a second. Yes, Mabuba. Whoops. Oh, hang on. I'm muted. Yes, Mabuba? Okay. Can everybody hear me again? Sorry, something funky happened there. Okay, so for 7, 8, 9, and 10, you should have something that looks similar to this. When you cut a shape in half, it wanted you to draw the missing half of every shape. So the example I did with you guys was the circle. We had half of this circle, and I drew the other half of it. We have half of this rectangle, and I drew the other half of it. Does that make sense? So this is what you should have done for 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now let's talk about 11 and 12. Let's talk about 11 and 12. For 11 and 12, they wanted you to color half of the shape and then write how many parts were shaded. So for number 11, here's what I did. I'm going to have you guys do 12 on your own. But for number 11, you can see I colored half of the square, and then I wrote one of the 2 parts are shaded. So that's what it should look like. Do the same thing with number 12 and give me a thumbs up when you're done. Do the same thing with number 12. Give me a thumbs up when you are done. Good, Akil. Good. Good. When you're done, go ahead and flip your page to the back. So you're on page 690. We'll do those 2 story problems together. We'll do those 2 story problems together. Yes, I'm Boris.
I cannot find a page.
Page 690. You might have to ask one of your sister or your mom or dad for help, honey.
Oh.
What? What, Boris? Okay.
Why are you frozen?
Am I frozen?
Sebastian.
Yes.
I see you. Sebastian.
Yes, Mohammed.
What is numbers 3 and 4?
Numbers 3 and 4, you have to draw a line to cut them in half. Okay, I'm going to read number 13 at the top of page 690 on the back. Number 13, it's our first story problem. It says, Joey has a hot dog. He cuts it in half. How many equal parts does he cut the hot dog into? So if he cut the hot dog in half, how many equal parts does he have? Who can raise their hand and tell me? He cut it in half. He was holding one hot dog, cut it in half, and now he has how many equal parts? How many equal parts does he have? Mabuba.
Sebastian. 2?
Yes, he will have 2 equal parts. So number 13 on the back, write the number 2. So number 13 on page 690, you should write the number 2. And then number 14, says Tina draws this square. Help Tina by drawing a line to show 2 equal parts. So draw a line on that square to cut it in half. Draw a line on that square to cut it in half into 2 equal parts. 2 equal parts. Yes, Mabuba. Okay.
Busky.
Yes. Yes, I'm Boris.
You say me again?
Show you what?
Number 13.
Number 13, you're just writing 2. Just the number 2. Just a minute, Christian, I'm talking. You're just writing the number 2, that's it. Yes, Christian.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
What page are we put?
Page 690 in our math book.
690.
Okay, now let's read number 14. Number 14. Oh, we just did. So Tina draws the square by helping. So I asked you guys to draw your line. That's how I drew it. That's how I cut the square in half. If you drew it this way, that's okay too, as long as you have 2 equal parts. I have 1, 2 equal parts. So your homework will be page 691 and 692, and that will be due on Tuesday. Anybody have any questions?